Hey y'all, what it do? This is your boy Antonio, aka DJ Baby Boy, and I decided to do a little bit. I decided to do some things a little bit different. Um, I decided to maybe come outside for once instead of being in a stuffy house in the kitchen or in the bathroom doing these reviews. So this review, by the way, is brought to you by Snapple. There you go, Snapple. I gave you a plug. There you go. Um, but before I get started, I really want to apologize once again for all the subscribers. I know I have not been doing a lot of battle rap reviews, and I know I say this time and time again, but I just need to reiterate some things to you guys. This is a new year and and I'm gonna start doing a lot more reviews, but I'm only doing reviews on battles that is the most talked about, or that's the most, it's like the most seen, or like one of those battles that people's like, oh, you gotta see it, including this battle I'm reviewing for you guys today. um so I know there's been a lot of battles that has been going down, but like I said, I'm only doing the battles that's the most talked about. You know what I mean? So for example, gun titles versus NWX2. That's supposed to be coming out this Thursday. So I'm gonna watch that, of course, and you guys probably won't see a review from me until probably that Friday. So I'm letting you know now in advance. You're probably not gonna see a review for gun titles versus NWX2 until Friday. So just thought I'd let you know. Um, so yeah, so let's get this review started. I'm not gonna hold you guys up any further. Let's get this thing started. The battle I'm reviewing is Rum Nitty versus Charlie Clips from the Unfinished Business 2 card. If you guys know how I do it, you guys know that I talk about each battle rapper, and then I talk about the battle in itself. So let's get it going. First, Rum Nitty. I'm not gonna front. When I first seen Rum Nitty, I first seen him. It was on King of the Dot. That's where I've seen almost all these battle rappers that goes to the URL, that ultimately goes to URL. I usually see them on King of the Dot first. But then he did do, I want to say his first battle on URL, which was versus Steams. Then he stepped up, had a battle with Chess, obviously with Cakes Up, both battles with Cakes Up. I didn't see the Steams battle, but I saw the Chess one, and that was a match, boy. That was a phenomenal matchup, man. It was crazy. Rum Nitty, he definitely has that aggressive style. He definitely has the stage presence, but unfortunately he hasn't had that much battles in the URL, because the URL stage is a little bit different, in my opinion, is a little bit different than like the King of the Dot stage or all the other Battle League stages, because it's not the stage. Now, a lot of you guys know me. When I do a lot of reviews, I always compare everything to wrestling, because not only am I a pro wrestler myself, but I like to compare things to wrestling. So to me, the URL is like the WWE to me. Like it's like the WWE. If you don't make it on the WWE, then that's like, I don't want to say then your career really don't matter, but it's just that your spot as a battle rapper is not solidified until you've been on an actual URL stage. And to me, Proving Ground is kind of like NXT. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to NXT, like in WWE, you go to NXT, then you move up to the main roster. But That's how it is to me in the URL. King of the Dot, for me, in a way, it's kind of like Ring of Honor to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like Ring of Honor. It's not WWE, but it's the same respect. It gets the same respect like WWE. So King of the Dot to me is like Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? And then all the other battle leagues out there, like ARPs, or excuse me, like RBE or whatever. Now those are like the TNA to me. Though that's like TNA. You know what I'm saying? So so my thing is that, it's different when you're on a URL stage, because URL or Smack is like is one of the originators of like big time battle rap. Now, nothing against grind time or whatever, but let's be honest. Smack came out first with the DVDs and all that, and then then it exposed to the stages or whatever. But it's something about the URL stage that when you get there, and if you're able to get over with the crowd, and the crowd lets you get over, then it's like you're there. And when Rum Nitty finally got himself on a big stage, especially with a big name like Charlie Clips, I felt that the crowd allowed him to get over because he put the crowd over. So, I mean, to me, Rum Nitty is definitely one of those cats that's gonna really go big, and he's gonna really do a lot of great things. So I'm looking forward to see more things from Rum Nitty. Next is Charlie Clips. There was a time Charlie Clips was the big dog. He was the man. And I want to say this was the time of the of Summer Madness. When Summer Madness came out, when it was the first Summer Madness, after his battle with Averb, it's like his stardom shot all the way to the top with no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was to compare Seth Rollins to, Seth, I just said it too. Oh my God. If I was to compare Charlie Clips to a wrestler, it would be Seth Rollins. Because to me, I feel that, both Seth Rollins and Charlie Clips have something in common. And it's not the fact that it's wrestling, because Charlie Clips doesn't wrestle and shit. But I kind of feel that when Seth Rollins was champion, although everybody hated him, he was one of those dudes that people loved only because he personified what wrestling was about. Charlie Clips was like that at one point. Yes, he had his fans, but people hated him because people thought he was like, because Charlie Clips ran around, told people, oh, he was the best, or he was like arguably undefeated, or whatever the case was. So he had a little bit of Seth Rollins in his stride, that, oh, I'm the best, nobody can beat me, and all this other stuff. So there was a time that Charlie Clips was at the top of the battle rap world. Like, he was the man. Now, I'm not saying that he's not the man now, but as of late, you've been seeing a few things that makes you think, like, wait a minute, like, this really can't be the Charlie Clips that was at Summer Madness when he faced Averb, or the Charlie Clips that pretty much body bagged X Factor. This is a whole new Clips. And obviously with Clips, and DNA being boys, although DNA is with NWX, but obviously Clips and DNA are still pretty cool together. You still see a little bit of his ways in his stride. You still see a little bit of DNA in Charlie Clips. That's all I'm saying. And you see a little Charlie Clips and DNA, and I'm going to explain that right about now. Now the battle as a whole. I watched the battle, and it didn't take me long. It didn't take me long to actually come to a decision Rum Nitty got Charlie Clips 3-0, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I say that. I say that to say this, because Rum Nitty being on a big stage, being on that big stage, he knows to come correct. Now, once again, to me personally, I still say that Rum Nitty came from King of the Dot. Although he's been in other battle leagues, but when I first seen him, he was on King of the Dot. When I first seen him. So he was probably, the third actually. He's the third King of the Dot rapper that I know of that actually went on a URL stage and actually, but here's the problem. 2 out of the 3 actually did what they were supposed to do. Sharon and Rum Nitty. When Sharon went to URL, he faced Shotgun Suge, tore the roof down. But when Disaster went on URL to face T-Rex, that wasn't Disaster. That was probably the worst Disaster I've seen in my entire life. I mean, I'm not going to lie. And here's the sad part. Disaster is in my top 10. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Disaster is in my top 10. But for his performance against T-Rex that time, it just wasn't Disaster. Like, I felt like he tried too hard. They're trying to please the crowd. They're trying to make the crowd go over him, and it just didn't look right. It just wasn't right. Although I still watch the battle to this day, it's just like, why? But Sharon and Rum Nitty, I have to give them respect because they came correct on that stage. They knew what to do. They knew how the crowd is. They knew that being on the URL stage matters the most in a lot of battle rappers. So at the end of the day, it was what it was. Rum Nitty, he was prepared for all three rounds. He definitely took his time. He didn't stumble his words. He didn't try to please the crowd or whatever. I think he actually did a very phenomenal job, especially against a big name and a veteran like Charlie Clips. But the reason I say I give Rum Nitty a 3-0 is because you can clearly tell when Charlie Clips was rapping. The first and matter of fact, I want to say all 3 rounds I felt like to me was all freestyle. I mean, I'm not saying that Charlie Clips didn't care. I just felt like he didn't care enough because I kind of feel like, okay, this is Rum Nitty. This is a guy who had a few undercard battles, or whatnot. But now he's on a big stage. He's on the stage that's probably has the hardest battle rap crowd ever. So then you got to take in consideration of that. And Charlie Clips was like, with me being a veteran, for me being the man, and for me holding URL down, I have to show this cat that if you're going to come on this stage, then it's like you got to get through me. And I kind of felt like Charlie Clips just wasn't all there. He just wasn't. I felt like again, as of late, Charlie Clips as of late has been having this big thing with freestyling. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But what I'm saying is, if you freestyle almost every single battle in today's time, people, people are not going to be acceptive of it. Now, like I said, there was a time when Charlie Clips was the man. Like I said, he was Seth Rollins at a time. He wasn't freestyling as much. He was actually prepared. He was actually battling. He was actually spitting bars. But as of late, he's been on this DNA kick where he's just been freestyling all the time. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But if you can't be prepared and have your little freestyle moments, then what's the point of you battling? So in my eyes, I kind of felt that Charlie Clips slept up. I felt that Charlie Clips, that wasn't his best. And like I said, I don't want to say it was lack of preparation or whatever, but I just felt that he just didn't really care enough. Now, what's sad is that when he battled Hollow, that was his best. When he battled Lux, that was his best. When he battled T-Rex, that was his best. I kind of felt like when he battles big names, all of a sudden he's the best Clips. But when he battles like undercard guys or mid card guys, I just feel that he's not his best. I feel like he's not really his true self. So in all seriousness, I gave Rum, even on the comments in the video, I said I give Rum Nitty 3-0, and then that's my decision. I give Rum Nitty a 3-0 over Charlie Clips on the URL stage. Now, many people that's going to watch this video, that's going to probably say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're disrespecting Clips. Rum Nitty is garbage. Let me remind you all something. Every battle rap review that I've done and that I'm going to continue to do is the opinion based on how I think. Now, again, I don't speak on the entire battle rap fans. I'm not speaking on the URL fans. I'm not speaking for the King of the Dot fans. I'm speaking on me, on my personal opinion of how I feel who won and how I feel didn't. So that's how I look at it. So I just hope you guys watch this review and future reviews with an open mind and an understanding that every review that I will continue to do is on my personal views and opinions alone. And that's it. So, alright, so there you guys go. Rum Nitty versus Charlie Clips battle reviews concluded. Like I said, I give Rum Nitty 3-0 over Charlie Clips, my personal opinion. Like I said, guys, Thursday, Gun Titles versus NWX 2 comes out Thursday, urltv.tv. If you don't have them on YouTube, I suggest you subscribe to their shit because it's off the hook. But after that, like I said, I won't do a review for that battle until that Friday. So just thought I'd let you guys know now. All right. So I want to once again remind you guys to please subscribe to my page. If you guys agree with what I said in this review, feel free to comment. If you disagree, if you respectfully disagree, let me put the respect word out there. If you respectfully disagree, please feel free to comment as well. And also feel free to subscribe. I need some subscribers, people. Help me out here. Come on. But I am your boy Antonio, a.k.a. DJ Baby Boy, signing out. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.